JCS has just uploaded a new interrogation video all about Sarah and how she thinks she's going to go home later. Soon Sarah will realize that there's no home waiting for her. I haven't seen this. I don't know what happens in this. I guess it's going to be pretty bad.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court.
I thought it was, what is your emergency? But first thing they ask is the location, which actually makes sense. That's much smarter because the first piece of information is the location. If they hang up after that, you want to know at least where they are. That's smart.
Police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
What? The fire department. Wait, what?
Sorry, Rich. Just tell me exactly what happened there.
What?
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing.
No, this is the suitcase thing? Oh my god, I heard about this. There's no way. Okay, so for context, for people to catch up, there was this suitcase murder that was going all over TikTok recently where a man was locked inside of a suitcase and the woman, she left and basically she went to bed. And apparently it's because she was, I thought the story was that she forgot about him.
I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase, so I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase.
He was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Right, is he breathing?
No.
I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
purple.
Okay, listen to me. Lay him flat on his... Okay, ma'am, listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? Place the heel of your hand on his breast.
I guess they have to do this because, well, they already have the location, right? So they're probably already sending police out. So maybe they have to do this to at least say that they made an attempt to revitalize him.
Right in center of the chest.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay.
Please. Okay,
Jesus.
Just gurgled.
Okay, listen to me.
Wait, is he alive?
Your hand, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes.
That could be like a post-death thing, right? Because there'll still be gas trapped in the lungs.
Twice per second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they likely already sent the police out so they could go and get her. Is that a pack of Lays? Just hanging out there?
Oh, right there.
This is 42-year-old Sarah Boone, who you just heard on the 911 call a few seconds ago. Her boyfriend was 42-year-old George Torres Jr., who she locked inside a suitcase the night before, ultimately leading to him dying of suffocation. Sarah.
How do you, as a 42-year-old individual, lock someone inside of a suitcase? This is when they were playing hide and seek. I thought they were like teens, but they are 42 years old.
Her explanation is that it was a totally unintentional and unforeseen accident, but what she's completely unaware of at this particular moment is the fact she recorded 2 videos on her phone last night, the first of which was taken at 11:12 p.m. and shows her laughing at George while he's zipped up in the suitcase. But George isn't laughing. He's asking to be let out and repeatedly stating that he can't breathe. The second video was recorded 11 minutes later showing the same thing, except the suitcase was flipped over and in a different area of the apartment. Sarah is both unmistakably and heavily intoxicated in these videos, which may explain the fact she didn't delete them. It would be safe to assume that she has no idea the videos exist. And yes, you will see the moment she becomes aware of their existence. But we first have to acknowledge how this episode was even possible, and that would be the Law and Crime Network. They sent us the uncompressed documents that comprise this video, and almost every case we have covered, or will cover, is already available in its raw form on this channel, which includes the 2 main items of public record in the case of Sarah Boone, starting with the body cam footage, which is right where we left off.
Hello there.
I had a cigarette lit.
I'll get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
Okay, we'll take care.
Yeah, go and get your Dr. Pepper. Bro, she's bringing a bad name to Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is one of the goats of soft drinks. Quite frankly, having a murderer drink it is not making me happy about this.
1 second. What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like, he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
Like, having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay. Fine.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suit.
How? Okay. Not to like yuck your yum or anything like that. How are 42-year-olds playing hide and seek and then you proceed to get inside of a suitcase?
Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband. My former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No. I called him over here.
Okay, okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called.
Did she
you
say
guys.
that she called
All we had was a bottle of wine.
her ex-boyfriend,
Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek. That's all that happened.
Okay.
Well, clearly not, because he's dead now.
Let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am so cotton mouth right now. It's on the counter.
I can't remove anything from out of the house.
You know, I have heard when people are like disassociating or when they're completely freaking out and losing it, they'll start to like hyper focus on things that don't really matter. So she's like super hyper focused on getting Dr. Pepper because she's thirsty, but it's because she literally can't cope with what's going on in front of her.
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal with, right?
I don't know if that's accurate, but it seems like it's what's happening.
Some water, okay?
The officer then talks to Sarah's ex-husband.
About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day.
He referred to the fact that Sarah was meant to have custody of their son today.
She's generally not very good about all these
Oh no, she has a kid! No, how do you explain that to a child? Yeah, mom's not gonna be around for a while. She like locked someone in a suitcase and they're dead now.
Find out if she's going to be getting
Oh god.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. But I called her initially.
Yeah, she's like super hyper focused on getting a drink.
On parole because of it, so.
Because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He explains that George has been arrested for domestic violence multiple times against Sarah, and that Sarah
Oh my god.
has literally bailed him out every time.
Oh, okay, we could definitely got like a toxic relationship going on here.
Probably gonna pass out on us. Okay, well listen.
The police officer asks the ex-husband to stick around for a little while longer. She then gets a notepad and returns to Sarah to collect more information.
At some point, you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, you know, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
How do you, okay, if you're heavily intoxicated, right, that's one thing. How do you fall asleep? When you're walking out of the room, I've been heavily intoxicated before. I've still been able to recognize that someone is in dire need and distress though. I think it's something that happens when you're super intoxicated, you're like super drunk and then something serious happens and you immediately sober up. Even though the room is still spinning, you're hyper focused on like doing the right thing. I've been saying hyper focus way too much in this already.
Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there?
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
drunk.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs. I just totally forgot.
So you began to do CPR on him?
Yes.
Yes. About
And he
what time
gurgled,
this morning
like
did you start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. And it, like, air was coming out and he was gurgling.
I feel like it's planned. I don't know. It's just the domestic violence thing propped up and it's hanging around in my mind here. I feel like maybe she's making it off to be an accident.
You knew how to do CPR. You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to sit back down because I don't want you.
Can I have one more sip of water, please?
Yes, go.
Can I have a cigarette, please?
Ma'am, I can't take anything out of the house.
It's on the back porch.
Nope, all of it. It's secure, okay?
The officer then confirms the ex-husband will be taking custody of the child.
And your child
you're gonna need more than one cigarette to chill out after that.
No. He's in school.
He's in school. How old is he?
This will be a fun one. He is not. He's third grade.
I can't even start with how you would explain something like this. Okay.
Oh my
the
god.
The ex-husband leaves, and the officers wait for investigators to arrive.
Damn, he's straight up laughing. Like, the mom's definitely gonna go to jail. You don't get out of that. The mom just murdered someone 12 hours prior. And he's just like, fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna explain this to one to the little guy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sit him down and be like, hey, mama killed a man. Now she's gone.
Not right now. We can't have you go and get anything. Why don't you sit in the shade?
The investigators then arrive.
Hey, Sarah. Did you get enough water? No, if you want to stay seated, I don't want you getting lightheaded. So remember I said the detectives were going to come out?
Yeah, no wonder you feel weird.
Go from there. They're here. They're going to ask you a few questions and then go from there, okay? All right.
All right, Sarah. My name's Chelsea. My partner, Scott.
They ask Sarah what happened.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too.
He ain't laughing anymore.
I go upstairs and fell asleep.
Just that part of the story is completely insane to me, no matter how drunk you are. Just, yeah, I zipped him up, and then we flipped him around a little bit, and yeah.
You zipped him up. Did you move the bag around and mess with him at all, or you just zipped it up and walked away?
Oh, she doesn't remember. She was blackout drunk. She has no idea what she did.
I'm afraid for my life. I want you to know that. I am afraid for my life. His family have never liked me.
Have you called any of them?
We talked to his daughters yesterday.
No, I mean.
Oh, he has daughters.
Like,
no.
Okay.
They're gonna kill me.
Okay,
Do
well,
they live local?
Yes, they're down the road. They're going to kill me.
The detectives reassure Sarah that she's not about to get murdered, and then go in to investigate the apartment.
Just stay seated, okay, Sarah? I know
Bro,
you're
the American
panicking,
police
okay?
cannot
Just relax.
reassure she's
We'll
not
come
about to
and
get
talk
murdered.
We'll keep checking on you.
This police officer was brilliant. Her temperament was perfect for the situation. The investigators simply asked Sarah to stay somewhere else for the night, and to come to the police station the following day with any questions she might have. Sarah stayed with her ex-husband, then showed up at the sheriff's
they didn't
office.
book her on the spot? I mean, even if it was an accident, she still killed him. She still admitted that she locked her in this guy in the suitcase, and it was just like, yeah, whatever. So she could have scarpered. At that point, she could have literally scarpered, and they wouldn't have anywhere to get her.
The next day at 3:51 p.m. with an entire handwritten page of questions, the first of which was about when she's getting back her phone.
Oh my god. Wow.
Appreciate you coming in. Yes,
They definitely need to prove it. Okay, I thought that when American police arrest someone, they can detain someone for 24 hours before they charge them. Oh, I guess charging requires a bit more evidence, but I don't know, maybe you're right.
Sarah takes out her page of questions, which the investigator...
But the next day, like, she's not gonna leave after this. She's not gonna go home after today. So it doesn't really make much of a difference because they're gonna detain her now anyway.
Gator semi-acknowledges, then brushes off.
But maybe they have to get evidence from the interrogation first? I don't know. She can just leave at any point.
Autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you? Yes. Perfect. Okay.
Sarah has no idea what just happened.
This morning we went to his autopsy.
Dude, I love it when the narrator comes in sometimes. Do you understand what just read to you? Yes. She has no idea what is about to happen.
And we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had...
Yeah, probably from trying to get out. Like beating the suitcase over and over again, trying to get out.
We could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Okay.
Forensics have since proven that George sustained his injuries the night he died, and he didn't have them before entering the apartment.
Also, too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know. And he's notorious for
Wait, he fell off my son's bike. How old is the son? Isn't the son like 5 years old, 6 years old? I guess the son could be older than that. They're like 42 years old, so the son could be older. The son's still in school, but maybe they're like 15, 16. I was thinking, if this is like a 5 or a 6-year-old, what are you on the son's bike for? It's a tricycle, man. 9 years? Wait, what is a 42-year-old man doing riding on a 9-year-old's bike? How do you even get on it?
Okay.
The investigator details further injuries, including a contusion on his neck.
And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it. I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. We had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why.
She had all...
Bro, this sounds like when your friend comes over to your house when you're about 5 years old and your mom's set up an agenda of things for you to do. They have an itinerary all laid out. It's like, okay, we're going to paint for 30 minutes. Then we can do puzzles. Then it's playtime. And then we can dance to some music. To be fair, for an adult, all of these things sound pretty sick.
Night to set this up, which is the issue. For all we know, she could have designed this entire scene of events from scratch. There is a 12-hour gap between the timestamp on her videos to the moment police showed up on her doorstep, which is plenty of time to assemble what looks like a very pleasant scene of events that in no way precipitated a drunken act of revenge that ultimately led to murder.
Nobody got out of sorts.
You always rely on the PPPM.
It's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
Well, yeah, when they was in the suitcase, he's going to be like wriggling around as much as he can to try and get out of it. I can't believe the suitcase didn't break. I thought a 42-year-old man would have enough strength to, I guess, from the inside of the suitcase to break the zips. Because every suitcase I have ever owned has the zips made of paper mache, where they break immediately. Or they break in such a way where, when you try and zip it up and then it comes undone behind itself, and when you try to like zip back, it doesn't work anymore, and then the zip's completely buggered. This happens to every single suitcase I've ever owned.
I
consider
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
I guess he was plastered at the time.
No idea. We had a good day. It was a good day. We've had good
No
days
leverage,
lately.
true.
It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
The interrogator now brings up Sarah's last call to police, reporting domestic violence.
You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
She just referred to the fact that George didn't face charges for the alleged assault.
Like, we've been good. I don't know.
She's mad.
Like,
she's a little pissed off.
the last time he got out of jail, like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
Her definition of good is going to be like, oh, he didn't like punch me in the face this morning. He didn't like choke slam me. He didn't do a five-star frog splash off the top rope on me. So, you know, it's been pretty good recently. The domestic violence thing is making me think that it was maybe slightly purposeful. Even if it wasn't 100%, there was kind of an inkling in the back of her head like, well, I can just leave him there as like a punishment, as a way to get back a little bit. Like, she probably didn't know it would kill him, but as a little punishment, like, I'll just leave him there. I'll just go to bed. I'll just leave him there all night because he's been really, really bad to me. He just needs a little bit of a comeuppance, you know?
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee,
Oh, maybe this is
over
the
there.
default response that she has when hanging out with him is if you are safe in bed, and in this situation, it's a high-stress situation, so she defaults to the original thing that is usually works, which is, I go to bed, which is where she's usually safe. Because she says, either I run away or I go to bed. And that's the two ways that she can escape like a violent situation.
So
Sarah is detailing possible motives for retaliation. Routine procedure would be to keep her train of thought locked on this element, provide encouragement and understanding while inquiring further into the suspect's grievances with the victim. The only problem is that the lead interrogator really doesn't like Sarah and abandons the task of pretending which makes this a significantly flawed, yet remarkably entertaining process to bear witness.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was
I mean,
a month
I can
ago.
see why.
So,
give or take.
Right.
The investigator challenges an earlier assertion which remodels the discourse, and the suspect then starts defending her relationship with the victim.
This is something that seems really flawed about interrogations, which is that police can be biased. In fact, police are really biased. I just learned recently that police are allowed to lie to you. Just straight up, they can say whatever they want. They can lie to you whenever they want. When they say, we already got the prints, we know that you did it, we have video of you doing it, but if you just admit, we can get you a better sentence. They can straight up lie about that. They can say, we got the prints. It's like, okay, you got the prints? Why didn't you charge me already? We wouldn't be in this room if you had the prints. They're just allowed to lie.
Like I do, and I feel like I can help him. He came a really long way, and he was trying. He was really trying.
She somehow transitions into the principle of how she doesn't normally drink, and it's kinda only because of George that she drinks at all.
The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and
You
do
didn't wake
things.
up the next day?
I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him.
Sarah talks about George's anger management classes and the supposed progress he was making.
And would always come home and show me his papers. And we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
hey, people stay in really bad relationships, like, no matter what, right? I mean, this is a very, very common, it's very sad, but people will stay in like domestic relationship because what they do, I think they call it love bombing, when you shower someone in love and then you turn the beat on its head and then you give them like, you give them hate and then you say horrible things to them, but then you turn it around, you flip it around and you shower them with love. So it's a really, really, really common manipulation tactic. It's super sad. But she did kill him. So I mean, that's pretty bad too.
When you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that.
At some point, somebody gets enough.
In the next moment, the detective will say, then they have to do something to defend themselves. Sarah's temperament will completely switch at the completion of this sentence.
Then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just sleep. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone.
She was about to cry there.
I think it's actually on a laptop.
She explains how she once filed a restraining order against George, then for some reason brings up his ex-wife.
When I say a monster, she's a monster. Like it does,
Dude, the manipulation must have been fierce on this. You got a restraining order on this person, and then you went back and started a relationship with them again and started like painting and making puzzles? What's going on?
The interrogator lets her vent about the ex-wife for 2 minutes. She will now bring the focus back to the investigation.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
She recalls the game starting at around 4 p.m. and her going to sleep at around midnight.
So I have 4. And I have
what?
So
What? The game they start playing hide and seek at 4 p.m. and she went to bed at midnight. Bro, not even 3-year-olds want to play hide and seek that long.
Yeah, so I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went
Bro was a good hider, never got found.
In the shower, or
like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went.
There's no way he got into the suitcase immediately. Surely not, right?
Probably about. If I had to guess, we weren't out there too long. Worked on the puzzle again. Finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Started at the top. Paint. Whatever. I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just. Come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
That's not how you play hide and seek.
That's what we did.
What? You want to play hide and seek? Okay, tag. No, that's an entirely different game.
Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Have you ever played Red Rover?
When you have you ever
played Halo 3 split screen?
In a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay.
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever
locked a person in a suitcase before?
Jokingly or not, but obviously I understand, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter, you were laughing, he was laughing, but what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
Oh, she was plastic. She's not going to remember it all. No, she doesn't remember it.
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And
they're gonna show her the video where she was laughing at him and like kicking the suitcase, and then the second video 11 minutes later where she still like flipped him over and is laughing at him. So that's about to happen.
With regard to the colossal realm of interrogation footage, the level of notoriety these next moments acquired is virtually unprecedented. I feel like this picture belongs on a wall somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, here we go.
Can you see it?
You need to move it around. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't look happy. Oh, she looks a bit grim now.
No, I don't remember that.
No. Everything you've done for me. For everything you've... Oh, shit. She was talking in there. She said, for everything that you've done to me. Oh, dude. Bro,
Sarah
how does your laptop run out of battery?
That was the end of it. Really can't say that I blame her for that.
That's crazy. How do you run out of battery at such a pivotal moment? Oh, such terrible planning. Awful prep.
I
can't believe she said, after everything that you've done to me. Oh, no. That makes me feel like it was on purpose. I mean, could she know that you would suffocate inside of a suitcase? I honestly didn't know the suitcases were airtight. I thought that maybe air could get through, like, the zip holes.
Watch this. I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
You can either explain it, or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on.
Oh, they're going bad cop on her now.
It's that long.
Bro, that's the loudest laptop of all time. Wait, is this a recent thing? I thought this was recent, but the laptop looks like it's from 2007.
For everything you've done to me.
Oh yeah, for everything you've done to me.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Oh no, that's not good for you. Yeah, she's totally plastered in this.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Oh, dude, the guy's yelling for help, and she's like, yeah, well, that's my name. Oh, well.
I don't want to watch it, please. Okay.
Damn, that is crazy. That's so sad. Like someone pleading for their life, and she's just like, well, too bad.
Him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down.
The interrogators should not be cutting each other off, but their missteps can be forgiven on this occasion due to the power of the evidence, which the lead detective will now focus on.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down.
You think it was killing you? I think there's someone that it maybe had more of an effect on.
And then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in
Dude,
there.
red shirt in the back here is having a rough time. He hasn't been able to say like a goddamn thing this entire session.
How did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
I don't think you had a plan. I think you were
that's what
plastered.
you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional though.
No, you told me you went up.
What? Not intentional? How do you non-consensually go upstairs to your bed and then fall asleep? How is that non-intentional?
You were getting ready for bed.
Just to be clear, Sarah still has no idea how screwed she is. She just referred to an earlier statement that she didn't lock up the suitcase all the way, so George could get out.
Stops here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out.
It's and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no way she's trying to lie. This is the most insane cope. You can't lie and say, oh no, I didn't zip it up all the way. He could totally get out. If he was dead inside of the suitcase with it completely zipped up after he said that he couldn't breathe.
There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's
That's
no
the
hole.
craziest cope of all time.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a...
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you.
I mean...
It's not malicious.
I was laughing at him, and I zipped him up, and he was begging to let me out, and I was laughing, and I said, fuck you, and I said that I'm just gonna go up and go to bed, but listen, guys, it's not malicious, even though looks like I kind of killed him on purpose. Didn't do it. Promise.
Then what is that?
My intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that.
She's the abuser. Okay, I don't necessarily agree with that she's the abuser. I completely believe that she was abused by this guy several times, but ended up back with him because it was a manipulative relationship. I think she's a murderer. Like, she did kill him, and it seems pretty intentional, but it seems like she killed him because of the things that were done to her. You know, it's not always black and white.
My intention was not to leave him in there.
This video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to you recording this?
No.
I think we've all gathered by now that Sarah might be twisting the truth in her favor a little bit. She seems to have forgotten that 2 minutes ago she claimed to have no recollection of this incident, so her impeccable memory all of a sudden seems rather selective.
But I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like, you're mad.
No.
Dude, she is ripe and ready. You know when people aren't listening, but they're just getting ready for their turn to speak? That's her right now. You can tell with the way that she's moving and she's like charging up. She's got like a Spartan laser in the back of her mouth and she's charging up, ready to unleash it, and here it comes.
Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to, like, feed me.
The interesting thing about Sarah is that her intuition is correct. She sort of recognizes what the police are doing here, but still has no idea of the ramifications. Her energy
Does that mean the police just aren't good at what they're doing? Listen, if you go into any police interrogation, they're obviously not on your side. They want to charge you. They want a confession. They want a job well done, a mission accomplished sticker. They want all that. This is just showing me that if I, for whatever reason, end up inside one of these rooms, just don't talk to them. Just don't talk to them. Just get a lawyer. Just don't speak.
resembles that of someone who feels the police are about to start rumors about her.
Like,
no, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to... He'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase.
So why didn't you take him out?
Because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you
the explanation? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Why didn't you stop him from dying? Well, because duh, I went upstairs. Don't you know how hard it is to do that? It's not like I was gonna come back downstairs after I had went upstairs. Do you know how many stairs are in my house? I have to go up all of them one by one. I don't have long legs that can do 2 stairs at once. That's why it's hard for me. So of course I didn't let him out.
Honestly think he's asking to come out.
I didn't do it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the suitcase.
What was your plan?
Waiting for him to come upstairs.
That implies that you had a plan. Wait for him to come upstairs.
I thought he was okay.
Oh my god. I'm a kind of brain dead, I guess, because I honestly didn't know that someone would die if you zip them in a suitcase. I think I'm an idiot. Like, it makes sense that they would suffocate. It totally makes sense when it's laid out. I didn't know that would happen. I'm the kind of idiot that would, like, get inside of a suitcase.
Like, I didn't,
He's telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. This whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Sarah tries to move on to another topic, but the interrogator doesn't allow it and brings her back to the specifics of the evidence.
Again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
She's speaking to them like they're children, like they're 5 years old. Like, kids, come on. What do? We don't assume. We ask, we communicate, we sit down, and we figure things out. Now, do you want to figure things out with me?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You, like, consciously had to walk upstairs. You obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen.
You said that so many times. Every time you say it, it becomes less believable.
I've never done anything like this before in the past. I
hope not. I hope you never murdered someone before.
The lead interrogator starts playing the video as Sarah is mid-sentence reiterating her innocence.
I don't know.
Oh my god, she's just doing it for fun.
I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you because this was not in any way, shape, or form.
That's so messed up. She's just playing the video of the guy begging in the background while she's scrambling to find anything to cling on to try and make these people believe that she didn't intentionally kill him. Ooh,
you admit to moving the suitcase.
It's kind of crazy.
Over. So you roll it out. Like, it's not like...
I didn't want him to be like that.
You didn't want him to be upside down? How do you even get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now. I don't know how. I don't know
Again,
how.
you're not the dead one.
You want me to say it. I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Brian, and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. And it was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone.
So when he asked to be let out, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out.
Because she's absolutely plastic.
Why didn't you
couldn't even think straight.
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Also, why did she call the ex-husband first? Did she just trust the ex-husband to be more of a capable human being than the police?
Okay.
Number two, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
To punish him like a child, apparently.
This was an absolutely imperative moment to allow the suspect to elaborate, but the lead interrogator cuts her off.
No! You're supposed to... No! Oh, that's so frustrating. You're supposed to just, let it hang. You just let it hang in the air. Red Shirt is trying his absolute best, but this lady is ruining it.
So, based off the video, one video's at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23, so you
he's pissed.
Gave him
He's pissed to the side there. Look, he's upset.
Recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times, I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean...
Were you punishing him?
No. just...
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
Yeah, it sounds like she was trying to punish him like a child or something like that.
This is what you make me feel like.
See, and then it's all backfired on me. I will never drink alcohol.
No, there's no way you make this about yourself. It's all backfired on me. Bro, he's dead. Bro is dead. Not gone. Vacated from the planet.
Okay.
I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
Do you think your punishment is you don't drink alcohol again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no,
again, it's the boy calling wolf. And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night, night.
He's begging for his life, telling him he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
So are you guys, so what is it you're trying to,
we're just trying to figure out why.
Well, no, they're trying to get you in a position where you say that you wanted him to die or that you are like punishing him. They want to get you in a position where you say that you were doing something maliciously towards him that then resulted in his death because that means that you can be charged by it. That's what they're trying to do. They're not on your side. You really shouldn't even be having this conversation right now, to be honest.
Why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why the video?
I didn't have any motivation. It was...
I think they might need something to charge her. Maybe can they not charge her yet? I mean, there's no way she can leave at this point.
He and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid.
You know, it's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his liver's busted.
And he's dead.
And he has a bump on his eye. I mean...
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come from?
Where'd it come from then? I can't believe that you have footage of me locking someone in a suitcase and then kicking them and also throwing them around the room and also saying fuck you and saying that you deserve it. I can't believe that you think his injuries were because of me. That's a crazy assumption to make, a crazy leap.
Say it's opposite. You were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out. Should they not let you out?
Eventually. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
How long? I'm blaming it on the wine. Well, there you have it, boys. All right, arrest the winemakers. Where's the vineyard? Close the vineyard down. They murdered someone in a suitcase somehow.
After talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No, it's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
That's literally on video, to be
If
fair.
he could put it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell you he can't breathe.
Okay.
If someone can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance.
Shut up, just let her explain.
No. Damn it. No, I don't have anything.
You're right. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and repeating what you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay.
Because you blasted.
It didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
Sarah now gets freaked out by the male detective. She thinks he's texting someone about her, which creates an absurd yet hilarious moment.
So, is the texting thing something about me? Like, what's the what?
Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
Yo, you know what? Okay, I mean, this is pretty fucked up. You could have, like, an interrogation technique where you just, like, whip out a notepad and you start writing in it. So when they're in the middle of their, like, rampant explanation, you just, like, yeah, no, go ahead. And, yeah, no, what were we saying? No, go ahead. Keep going. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, I was just practicing my signature here, actually. Nothing to do with you. I just like to practice my signature every now and then because I'm not so good at it.
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you.
Not intentionally.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Dude, Red Shirt is kind of hard carrying.
I did not intentionally kill him.
I got you on video.
But you did kill him.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. There's still.
If she says she did not intentionally kill him, that leaves the door open for, oh, you unintentionally killed him. But then everyone always knows. But if she says that she unintentionally killed him, it's a wrap. It's GG's.
Feeling towards it, you wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No. Why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question.
you did.
How did the bag flip
when
over?
he was upside down.
Right.
What?
You had to put him upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down because
it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to flip it to
I'm leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this.
You left them in there.
It was unintentional.
You left them in there.
This is not...
You didn't leave them in there?
It's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
She can leave at any point, you know.
Left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
Actually, no, she can't.
Do anything.
She can end the interrogation at any point. She's not going anywhere. She's not leaving.
For him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him. So.
Wouldn't let him out of a suitcase.
Oh, gosh.
Anybody looking at it, I don't think anybody would look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
The discourse repeats itself a few more times, and then Sarah brings out her list of questions.
So, am I getting my phone back?
Oh, no! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! They went through that entire 1 hour, 18-minute conversation, and then she's like, so, am I allowed to have my phone? Even though they got her on the books, they got her dead to rights as at least unintentionally killing someone.
What about Lucas's laptop?
No, you're not getting your stuff back, sorry.
How do I go about getting his wedding ring? Engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then
it'll be released to the next of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
Okay.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger. It goes to them. They're the ones that are going to release it. We don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back.
Brother, you got some bigger issues than a fucking engagement ring.
So
oh my God.
What's next?
They're going to come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about, like, in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or, like...
I can't tell you, like, what to do.
I mean, like, so, like, for, like, I don't understand, like...
You're going in jail!
I'm not admitting
you are going to prison!
Being intentional, and like...
We told you everything that we have. You
it's
know
crazy that you just brought that up by yourself.
So after this, what? I'm done?
You're done? Yeah, I think they have different... they think that they're talking about different things. Their insinuation of I'm done, they have two different insinuations of that.
Oh, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough.
No, there's no way you just said that. You just said, well... the bad feelings and sadness that this brings to me, I think that that's punishment enough. And the court system and the judiciary and the laws of the land all looked at her and said, yes, you know what? If you feel a little bit bad about it, then that's okay. We don't have to punish you. Because living with the bad decision that you made, that's the real punishment.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Mm-hmm. His daughters, too.
Yeah, he has a family. Remember that? Remember how he has daughters? What? What?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of his job.
Remember
how he had doors?
There yesterday.
Forensics take her DNA and fingerprints. The investigators then return.
I can't believe the look she gave him when he said, and his daughters too. He was like, trying to make it worse? Yeah, I know.
Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go. Fine.
This comment seriously puts Sarah on edge, but she still won't quite be fully aware of what's happening. This is coupled with the fact the investigators now try to get a solemn declaration out of her to close out the interrogation. The psychological dynamics of the moment are extraordinary.
Oh, do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we've talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
The investigator explains that it's just protocol.
Do you promise and swear that everything we've talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct.
Yes. Why?
That's how you
we talk to somebody,
The male detective re-explains that it's just routine, only in a far more comforting tone. But the tone doesn't do a whole lot to reassure Sarah. She looks about ready to get swallowed up by a wormhole and take her chances.
Now, anything a policeman says is just routine, and I'm not believing that. Absolutely not. No. Lawyer time. I can't believe they went this entire time. And she was just like, yeah, no, I'll just sit there and have this conversation.
In a separate dimension.
Not a trick question.
To the best of my knowledge?
To the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up. I need you to turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No. Why is this happening?
Why is this happening? What do you mean, why is this happening? How dense could you possibly be? Up until this point, you thought that you were just gonna leave?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
Oh my God. Does she think that you can just kill people if it was an accident and they just let you get away with it? Okay, in some situations that is true, but there is different charges. There is manslaughter. There's first degree, second degree, third degree murder. There's unintentional killing. There's so many ways that you can get busted booked under killing someone, even if it's not intentional.
So this was a trick. You were right.
It was a trick the whole time.
Why is this happening? Before y'all said I could leave. So what am I supposed to do now?
They lied. They're allowed to lie. They just straight up lied.
I had a sneaky suspicion this was going to happen.
Oh, you sneaky, you. You got me this time, Mr. Police, you sneaky boy.
Water, like, really bad, please.
Is she trying to make a break for it? I need some more.
You all check me down here.
An officer comes to take Sarah to the jail, but Sarah has questions first.
Those holding cells, am I going to be put in one of those? Because
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead, stand up.
I have not.
So what am I going to do with my purse? What made you all decide to do this?
I can't, man. I don't understand half the stuff she's saying. What made you decide to do this? You're dead to rights. Like, you're done. It's GG. You put a man in a suitcase, went to bed. The guy's dead now. It's probably due to the murder. Or maybe not murder. Maybe just manslaughter.
Did you decide to do this?
Uh-huh.
George is dead.
You guys, I knew this was going to happen.
You did?
Sarah was taken to the Orange County Jail at 5:44 p.m. She was charged with second-degree murder and held without bond, which, keep in mind, was in late February of 2020, just before the entire planet went into lockdown.
Bro, how is this possible in 2020 when the video footage looks like this? It looks like it's from the 1980s.
Down due to a pandemic. So Sarah must have had a real fun time getting acclimated to the new environment. She's been in the county jail since, with a trial date set for April 10th of this year. She's currently working with her 7th attorney. 6 have already filed motions to get the fuck out of there, and all of them cited the same reason, which was irreconcilable differences.
Irreconcilable differences. She's still like, listen, I don't understand. Why am I here? Why am I still getting hate? It wasn't intentional, guys. I didn't mean to actually murder them. But you know what you meant to do? Subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's right. If you want me to see me do more true crime, then post a suggestion in my Discord. If you want to see me react to any video, you can post it in my Discord server. It's linked in the description.